You're playing pool. All right. Now I want to talk about alcohol again and pubs this time. I've talked about alcohol and how I used to make up some alcohol and stuff like that. How you can do it yourself. Don't know if it's still on private or not at the moment. I haven't gone through a lot of things. It might be still on private. Anyway, I'm going to do a little fresh update on it. When it comes to alcohol and better choices and more opportunity for businesses. Now, I'm not sure if they can do these. They'll have to double check that as the government likes to come in and go, no, 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 even though it sounds logical, right? In a lot of areas. So you'd have to double check it. So if you can't, I'm sorry. But if you can, I'm going to give you an idea. As it's a good idea for everyone to have, and it's an idea that everyone can do. And so sooner the better. So these ideas I do not mind talking about that helps us all collectively. And there's no really big profit. It's a profit that should be shared. Right? Definitely comes to areas where it's got to do with drugs and things that are not good for us. But if you've got to have it, at least make it better. Right? And better opportunities for also making money, because that's what it is out there for economies, and to learn and understand people's selves. Right? Now, when it comes to alcohol with me, I can't drink too much. I get bloated. I've got a little gut edema. Yeah. And when I used to drink alcohol from up the street, I'm also prone, I'm either tough or I'm not in certain things. And when it comes to alcohol, my body can get bad hangovers if it's shit. If it's shit alcohol, I can't take it. I can't take beer. My body don't like that. I'll throw up on it after a drink or two in every case I've tried. My body goes, no. Wine makes me a little sick, makes me able to think straighter, longer, and be more happy and there, but wobble a lot. So as long as I'm sitting there, I'm fine. In fact, I've had parts where I'm sitting there drinking away, and it looks like I'm not even drunk or anything. Right? I'm like, yeah, and nothing's happening. And then I go to get up and fall off. They'll fall over. Right? That's only really ever have happened with wine. Right? You have different reactions, right, of how it attacks your body. And everyone's different. Some people don't have that, but that's what I have. So I sort of avoid wine. It'd probably be a good tea thing, but not drink too much of it, because I might get up at the end of tea and fall over, right, and go shit, because my balance goes off whack. Right? But when it comes to spirit, my balance is fine. It can still go out of whack, but I can take more of it before the wine, right? But my brain goes, yeah, more funny, more out of the way thinking, more immature, right, than the wine. Yeah, in that eye. Right? So I'll let Hotties explain. And then beer, I just feel sick. I've never really gotten drunk on it. So I can't drink beer. I'm not a beer drinker. I never have. Just tried all different ones. People go, try this one, try that one. But it keeps doing the same thing. After a few mouthfuls or halfway through, I start feeling sick. And ciders are similar to that too. Not too keen on it. So I'm mainly, if I'm going to drink alcohol, for me, would be either a bit of wine or spirits. Those two choices. And so what I did to fix that, and I get bloated easy, and I wanted to have a good time in my life, because I usually didn't get drunk. So for a few years, I decided that I'll have a good time every second weekend or every weekend for a couple of years. So I never have. For many, many years, I missed out when I was younger and stuff like that. I decided to do it for myself at home and at other people's houses, have a drink with people and have some music going and a fire going or something like that, or barbecue, right? And did that for a couple of years. And like these things, as I was talking about when it comes to alcohol. At first I was buying it. It cost me a lot of money. It's double, triple since then. So you can imagine people now. Well, I was whinging about the cost when you go to drink it and have a good drink. As I had to buy the expensive stuff, because that's what I like, to give me less hangover. And it was stronger, as I like to have drinks stronger, as I don't drink as much. I have little sips every now and then. I can't guzzle, otherwise I get full. To drink low strength drinks like 4 or 5% of cans. With a full can would get me third, fourth can pretty full, where I can't drink too much. So it stopped me from getting really drunk too quick, I guess, but I get bloated too much, and I prefer not to drink too much. Right? And so to avoid that, I wanted stronger drinks, more stronger. Didn't drink weaker drinks to get drunk at certain times, because I only had usually a limited time too. So I like to get drunk quick and then hold it off there. And a lot of times I can control myself, sometimes we can't, right? And go from there. And something that would give me a less hangover and feel bad, right? And that's what I did. So to do that, and so you can all do that out there with most laws, is that you can buy these flavours on the internet, right? Little bottles, you can get chipwood, right? And you can buy these filters, Right? They filter alcohol, plain alcohol. It'll take flavour out and filter it like water content. Right? So you get all the toxins out. There's a lot of toxins in alcohol. Definitely it's distilled badly. Right? As people have been dying, as they've been talking about. In fact, not long after I did a clip about this a while back, God started showing me some instances of what can happen in these areas. And people are doing it in these certain areas, illegally or not, because they don't have certain rights or the proper education or ability to get things. Right? And they want too much money with too much cost or effort to get that money. Right? So you make those areas easier, you're more likely have a better product than making those areas hard. You'll get a more cheaper, shittier product, and that's what you see out there. When it comes to these fields, so it's better to give a little love and attention and freedom of choice and to show them right than to attack, because when you attack, they're still going to go do it. It's a little bit like when you tell your kid off about smoking. You find out they do it, you might as well let them smoke around you, because at least you can see what they're doing, how much they're doing. If you tell them off, more likely, and they still want to do it, they retaliate to you, then they run off, and then they'll probably even do it more, because running off from a parent and other things like that makes them upset and they'll smoke. It makes the situation worse. And so you're best to have the people smoke, which is what my dad did. My mum did the other one. She found out, but I wasn't there when I started doing that. But my other siblings were, and they got the deep shit and left home because of just getting caught smoking. And it caused issues where my mum, we felt like we weren't so loved. More just, you do this and it's this, but there was no equal talk and love. It's just attack, and then here comes the outcome. But when I got to that stage, I was with my dad, and he did a different outcome. He did the one I talked about. You might as well tell me. He found out, and then he'd come and tell me. You might as well tell me. And he's hiding things. At least you'll know. And don't encourage it. And try every now and then hint that not to do it if you believe you want to get them off. And give them, you'll know when they have it, to give them some other opportunities to do things or have things. Stuff like that. But anyway, that's smoke. Same thing when it comes to the alcohol. Right, so do you know they're drinking? You're best to let them make it your own or make it for them, right? And you can use this system, people, where you can filter it and get the cheapest alcohol if you want. When you're filtering it, it really doesn't matter, as far as I'm concerned, how the filters work, because they can go from bad distillery, right? As long as it's not actually you're filtering rocket fuel, kind of, which is fuel kind of shit there is bad that they use for fuel. But a decent alcohol, right? You can filter it down and get it to a basic standard alcohol. And then you can get an alcohol tester, which will test what the alcohol strength is, what you got. Right? And then once you've done that, you can put it in some chips, buy these nice flavoured chips, and there's all sorts of flavours. You can make it as strong as you want, as flavours you want. The more longer they soak, the more smoother it gets, the better smell it gets, right? And all that type of thing. But usually within 2 weeks for chips, you can have it. There's a minimum of where it basically gives you most of the flavour, 80%, and then it just gets better like a wine. But that's chips. Then there's some, when it comes to the flavouring, where you've got to have them pretty quickly. You can flavour them quickly, and they've got a time limit after you flavour, because I learned that myself, where alcohol went bad and flavour went bad because of heat and the way you store it and stuff like that. I'll tell you about that. But there is time limits too. As long as you drink it quick, within time limits, so there's no problem. Definitely with the creams, certain creams and powder creams and stuff like that. They can tend to go funny with change of temperature and over time naturally anyway, because I try to keep them in either a warm or a cold, and they still went funny like that. You see, they've got a time limit. But the rest of them don't. So chips, you can, like I said, soak for ages. And you give people more of an opportunity to have a cleaner drink made locally, right, from pubs. So people can do this themselves, or a pub could do it. So if people are doing it too, you can tell your local pub, look, I make this drink. You can even tell them how you make a drink. Get them to sell it. If you want to go to a pub and you don't want to work all the time, you've got money, right? And then tell them this is the drink, this is how you can make it. You can make up a lot of it. You might even have other people like it, right? And spread it from there. Instead of just, everyone goes, I just want to make my own drink. Everyone wants to get rich quick. But we've hit a point where a lot of things are solved and out there, and it's just to try to piece things together and allow things with the laws and what we do is, I find, our biggest problem. I don't think we need any more inventions or anything too new. It's more just piecing everything together that we've got that's scattered all over the place. Would fix a lot of our problems. And then that'll even allow us, because we've hit that point, I believe that, then that'll allow us to be able to now go on to the closest that we can of righteous of what we know collectively, and able to spread that and then do it and move on. Like I said, start building, start doing this and move on. But when we have all these other problems and sins, just like with this, how I can't spread and talk out things, I'm having problems with that because someone else would rather take my idea instead of giving it out freely, like Nikola Tesla did. They rather try to just make up their own drinks and then start patenting them and won't even let other people do it. They'll just keep it back to themselves and their friends, which is sad. That's what I like to call these people, the beach walkers. And they're very rare to have these type of beach walkers. I'm not saying they shouldn't be, but a lot of them become more because they're popular and everyone wants to be a beach walker. Or when you get everything for nothing kind of thing. But it becomes a sin if you go off the balance too much. You didn't quite get to earn things and stuff like that, or wasn't handed down, or stolen. Right? So hopefully that is some good advice. I thought I'd blab about it. I've got it on another clip actually, but I thought I'd just do another quick short one about that idea. I thought it was a good time to mention it again. As I was having a drink, it's what popped in my head, and I thought, hey, I'm going to redo that. And hopefully people will see me point, and hopefully we can head that direction and we can see that happening more often. To have more healthier and more choice of alcohol drinks. And you can do this in all sorts of fields, as I've talked about before. And see you later.